Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Sunday Morning Coffee with Lisa. I'm Spiritual Coach Lisa Hopp. It is Sunday, September 29th, 2024. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you're well. I hope you're having a wonderful weekend. For those of you new to this podcast and you're listening on YouTube, welcome. If you connect with what you hear today, please be sure to like, subscribe, and share. And if you're listening on Spotify, on Spreaker.com, or on Facebook business page, wherever you're listening, welcome. I appreciate you all so much. I also appreciate all those who listen every week, and I love when you reveal yourselves. I was listening all along and you didn't know, and here I am. Just makes my life. Thank you so much. Please be sure, if you are new again, to go to my website, lisahopp.com. It talks about the work that I do, and it talks about upcoming events, and a lot of those events are also available via Zoom, so you can be a client anywhere. So please check me out. I would appreciate it so very much. So today's topic, little stall today in recording the podcast because sometimes nothing comes to mind. It just doesn't. No one's giving suggestions. You're leaving me floating out on my own. But I thought today perhaps it's time to get back to basics. And the basic is when you feel it, when you are it, you see it. So be it and see it is your topic today. And that's so very true. Do you know the masters? And I mean the masters right back to Jesus Christ, the Son of God, knew this. One with the Father. Through me, all things are possible. He was talking about his energy, his power, and the power of all of us that are created in the likeness and image of our Creator. You've heard this before. If you are a Christian and read the Bible, we're all created in that image. To be able to manifest, to live our ideal lives, to perform healings, to have the energy to light up a city, to do anything that we intend to do. Whether that is wonderful or not so wonderful, we have the power to do it. But in this day and time, we are understanding about manifestation and about our power to do positive things, and healings are taking place like never before. Miracles coming together, being that village. It's a very exciting time. And yes, it is a time filled with challenges. It is a time of the boot camp, as I like to say. But if it weren't like that, there'd be no purpose in us being here. If we were just here kind of coasting along and had no challenges and everything was just, working out in our favor constantly, we would get bored. We would then say, nope, my work is done here. There's nothing more for me to work on to grow and expand. However, it is not supposed to be a life that isn't filled with happiness and joy and constant successes and wins. It's not supposed to be that hard. We're not really supposed to struggle. So what we're here to do is find that balance, that happy medium between the lessons we're learning, the challenges we face, and also getting through them without it being too rough. And I have to be honest, we place a lot of these challenges, this roughness on ourselves. It's about our mindset. I saw a post the other day. Again, I see actually more than one post from more than one person blaming outside for what's happening in their lives, blaming the government, blaming people, blaming others, or what they deem as the other for what is not going right for them. There is no blame. Nobody else outside of you has the power to create your life but you. We often give our power away. We give it away to a boss or to any mindset where we feel that we're not in control, but we're always in control. We're always in the steering wheel, at the steering wheel of our lives. It's important to remember that what you feel and what you are inside is what shows up in your environment. So let's say, for instance, and this happens quite often, that you're having difficulty with relationships in your life, whether it be family or friends. That signifies what you're feeling inside, what needs to be healed. And remember, I've said this to you before, it doesn't mean on a human level it's your fault and you've asked for it. It's just about energy. And energy is always ruling. It is always taking place. What you put out, you get back. So if someone around you is not happy with you, is not kind, doesn't want to speak to you, is causing disruption or part of disruption in a relationship, look within you, because that disruption within you would not be there if there weren't disruption in you. It's a call to healing within you. Even if they call you out for something that you know isn't true, even if they, and I've had this happen to me, by the way, thankfully not too frequently, because I'm really like no drama zone Lisa. And I'm happy about that. I choose that, really. But I've had people who have told mistruths about me. I've had people gaslight. Do you know what gaslighting is? It's having people repeating something over and over again and having people believe it, whether it's true or not. And it's happening. I feel I have a belief right now, and I don't really like the word belief, because beliefs are really based on programming. Your beliefs are based on what was given to you when you were very young. And now you believe on autopilot for the most part, unless, like me, you're working on your beliefs all the time. So I want to put it this way, not really use the word belief. I have an intuition going on that there are those in my life that I care about very much that have been gaslit about me, that have been worked on to believe things that are not the case. And then the people around me might be a bit confused because I'm not the person as described. But it is felt by the people gaslighting that it's working for their benefit. And maybe it is temporarily, or has, but the truth always comes out. The truth is always revealed. And it usually goes to someone. A gaslighter is someone who's a narcissist. A narcissist is someone who wants to play the victim, wants to control the situation. Let's go back in all cap, victim. And so they have to tell a story that's not true. They have to repeat a lie over and over and over again, because that's the narcissist within them. It controls the crowd, whether the crowd is a few people or the crowd is 1 million people. And so we always have to watch and use our gut when we're hearing stories, when anyone is speaking. Sometimes in my world, I will put my TV on mute and watch the body language of the person, and that tells me if they're lying or not. Try that. Your gut will tell you whether or not there is lying going on. Don't assume by your beliefs, because we are naturally believers, that certain people are lying and certain people aren't. Be open to it. Be open to who might be doing that. Use your intuition. Put that volume on mute, even when you're around the person. Use your intuition. So again, truth comes out. Gaslighters eventually will have the gas thrown in their face. But you have to have the patience of Job about it, all right? You have to be patient because, and you don't want that. At the same time, it's karmic justice. It's karmic justice when the truth comes out, because then the healing can fully take place. So back to when those around you are misspeaking around you or misspeaking about you, have that patience, have that knowing of who you are, be of higher consciousness, meaning don't go down to their level. Don't go down to a place where you, even if it is the truth, speak about them. Let it all play out and be in the moment of enjoying your life to the fullest. Be happy, be whole, be at peace. Send healing to those. Send good thoughts to those, even if they test you, even if you don't like them. Send peace, send healing to them through your own energy, privately, anonymously, and that brings the highest vibration. And that helps healing to take place, and it speeds up truth being revealed. So back to my initial start here. When dysfunction is happening around you, again, is a call for you to bring some healing, even if there's a mistruth. What about you is hurt by that? We only can be hurt by another, even if they're not telling the truth about us, if there is some truth about us. Did you hear that? We can only be hurt if we are triggered. And we can only be triggered if something's truthful. Now, the truthfulness doesn't mean that we have been lying. The truthful doesn't mean that they know something that we are not exposing about ourselves or we're masking. This truthfulness about us could be an event that happened to us when we were 2 years old, when we were 5 years old, when we were 10 years old. And what it does is evoke a feeling that was given to us at that time that is yet to be healed fully. Now, the millionaires and billionaires among us, and you know I like to say the word if you listen before the real ones, because many will talk the game of being very, very wealthy, but aren't truly. But they're creating. They're creating through word. But they're ones that really maintain wealth. And for the most part, keep wealth. They work on these hurts, these inner feelings, this healing all the time. They will do emotional freedom techniques, also called tapping. Perhaps they'll do the Sedona method, which is talking, hypnosis, meditation. They will read every day, self-help books. Oh yes. They have a disciplined way where they work on their spirit and their ability to create their best lives every single day. They're not lazy about it. They're not undisciplined about it. They get up an hour early than they normally need to get up, and they go to work on it. And what's an hour early for you? Is it 4? Is it 5? Is it 6? Is it 7? Choose an hour early. Get up. Meditate your ideal day. Walk or do another form of exercise. Eat healthy most of the time. You're allowed to treat yourself. And read things that inspire you. I was on a plane recently next to a nice man who was reading Stephen Covey's Steps to, paraphrasing the book, but basically 7 essential steps to success. And I was like, you go. That's what I'm talking about. What are you drawn to better yourself? Now, no. And this is my inner self speaking to you that I need to heal. I never want any of my listeners to think that I'm telling you you're not good enough or that there's something wrong with you. You are more than enough. But you see, I come from a background where I was told I was not enough in some way. I had, by all measurements, a wonderful home. My parents worked hard to give me wonderful, magical Christmases. But I still talk like, oh, I don't need that, or it's okay if I don't have that, because of what I was taught. We all have that inner programming in some way. Now, the inner programming could be the opposite, where we were, given all the wonderful gifts of belief in us to succeed. We were given massive love. It doesn't always have to be about what we're not given, but honestly, though, 99 point of us were given probably programming that we're ever working on. So go to work on it. Notice your little blocks. Notice your little beliefs. Are you falsely humble? As Spirit told me once, falsely humble is, I just need a little bit more. I don't need all that much. Give it to someone who needs it more. That's falsely. We're all worthy of having all that we would ask for, to live in full freedom. Heaven wants us to be free on this earth. They want us to have health freedom, financial freedom, freedom in love. They want us to accomplish that here. That's why we're here, to do our life purpose, to live our ideal life. So I catch myself speaking at times. I did it the other day when I was coaching a client about wealth. I purposefully talked about how I live simply. Now, truth, I live simply. I'm not a big shopper. I buy things when I need them, but when I buy things, I buy what I want. I buy what I want, but I don't buy constantly. But that's not a judgment to those who do. But you notice I have an edge. I had an edge. So I immediately grabbed it then right in front of my client. And I explained it to them. You just saw my inner programming that said I shouldn't want for more or much. That I should live simply. The meek inherit the earth. I don't have to live simply if I don't want to. I can fly around this world if I want to. And no one should judge me for it. We should never judge each other. Because it just is not really something that happens in heaven. We get a review and we judge ourselves. But judgment is a real issue here. We judge the other. We judge those who are different. We judge those for how they dress and how they live their lives. We should just all try to be happy for each other. So watch those inner words you say, those inner feelings you have. Because you often negate for yourself what you're trying to bring to yourself. And remember, you have to be it before you see it. So you can't say, you can't talk about not wanting to be a millionaire while internally asking to be a millionaire. Or asking outwardly to be a millionaire. And then feeling inside that you're not worthy of it. The two have to match up. Both have to be a match. Both have to be a yes. The other day, someone around me said, I wasn't lucky this week. And I went right on it. There's no such thing as luck. It is about mindset. It's about feelings. In order to have wealth, you have to feel abundant. You have to feel wealthy. And what you focus on is what you get. So if you're focusing on fear of bills or debt, you're going to get more debt. You're going to get higher bills. If you focus on fear of your electric bill going up, around my neighborhood, some of the electric bills have gone up and people are upset about it. The more you focus on the upset about it, it's not to say you shouldn't write about it or do something about it. But the more you put your energy to what you don't like about it, which is the raising of the bill, the more the bill will stay the same or even raise. If you have a fear of your car malfunctioning, inevitably the car will malfunction. Again, it's about energy. It is about energy. And so what you put out, you get back. Now, sometimes you will think, and it is true, that you're putting out the highest vibration. You're living the good life. You're rolling along. And you can see things lining up for you and all is awesome, and then crash. Something happens. But you see that something was lined up to happen anyway. It's residual of your past. Stay with it. It'll clear out. And sometimes we have to hit things clearing out or hit a rock bottom, whether in a mini or maxi way, in order to make room for what you've been manifesting. So don't give up. Never give up. Keep at it. People who heal themselves sometimes work at it for years. And there's others that will work on it for days. But again, patience. Stay with it. Know you're worth it. Know it's all right. It's always going to be all right, no matter what. So when a family member, a friend, is unkind to you, is cruel, is hurtful, or a stranger, ask yourself, why have I attracted this? It has happened to me where I stepped back and said, okay, why is this going on? And then I realized that multiple people around me were doing the same thing. And I went, okay, I've been allowing this for a while. And you know why I allowed it for a while? And I know my listeners, a lot of you are like this. I allowed it for a while because I'm a good and nice person. And I wanted to be the better person. I wanted to fix it. I wanted to be that healer in it. But you have to do what's best for your mental, emotional, spiritual health. And say at some point, I need to stop the cycles. I need to clean up my environment. I need to do what's right here. And the minute you do that, the universe answers. And it changes the people and the circumstances around you. People will leave and people will come. When you stand up for yourself, when you self-love, when you know how important you are in a wonderful self-loving, knowing your value, knowing you're more than enough kind of way, the universe or heaven, energy, source will send the tribe around you, the circumstances around you, will send it. And then your environment is changed for the better and more wonderful. People come, people go sometimes, but it's all for the best. But it's always about what's happening within you. Another thing I noticed about myself recently is that what used to make me emotional, what used to make me hurt, doesn't anymore. I'm just, people be people. You just do you. Where before I used to think, am I doing something wrong that they were like that? Again, the fixer, the healer. No, I'm just letting everyone be themselves. And when I do that, not only do I feel better and lighter, but I'm tending to see better in others. Not entirely all together all at once, but there's that trust and that knowing, truth revealed, things will work out for the higher good. All is really good overall. Notice and give credit for the changes around you and the changes within you. If what used to make you upset isn't there anymore, well done. If what used to cause you pain isn't there anymore, well done. Now sometimes moments will still happen. We're a human experience, all right? But improvement should get a pat on the back. Give yourself that credit. Love who you are. Look in the mirror and be kind to the face you see. Smile at yourself. Give credit to yourself. Prop yourself up. Start fresh every day. Every day. Because sometimes we backslide, don't we? It's okay to backslide. Start with that blank slate the next day all the time. So I want to end this podcast today with, again, be it and see it. When you feel healthy within like never before, your numbers will eventually show you in some way. When you feel abundant. And when I told that person this week, it's not about luck, it's about how you feel. Those who have wins are feeling wealthy and abundant in that moment, even if it's just in that moment. Their reaction was, wow, like that was news to them, which is okay. Hopefully they're acting on it inside. Walk around with gratitude, with feeling the blessings, being grateful. It's okay to be mushy to others. It's okay to hug. It's okay to be giddy in joy. When you do that, you get the evidence of it outside of you. And when it comes to love, no matter what, be a kind and loving person. I have an old high school classmate that I'm Facebook friends with, and every post he puts on Facebook, he always ends it with, be kind to others. It's true. Always be kind, even when you're not met with kindness. We can all have moments, but that should be our enduring momentum practice. Do that. Because even if a smile is faked in a moment, be kind, because what you put out multiplies. It comes back to you, and also it just feels good. It just feels better. So make that the mantra of your life. Make that the ultimate practice. I promise you, and I don't promise lightly, because you have free will. And I would never tell you to go against your free will, but I can promise you 100% that if you implement what you have heard today, you will see positive changes around you. It may not happen immediately, but it will eventually happen. Be grateful, be blessed, dress the part, feel the part. Shop online. Shop online, browse for what your ideal life looks like. Make the vision board. I'm sitting next to my vision board right now. And I'm about to check it off because it has a picture of Tuscany and I was just there. Check. It's almost time for a new vision board. My podcast is on there. Check. So, playing an instrument on there. Check. So make those manifestation tools. Do the mind movies. Read the books. Be your own advocate. You will see such changes come to your life. The limits are only yours. Become as unlimited as you possibly can. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you connected with that. I hope that was helpful because it matters to me. And I don't know how eloquent it was today, but I let it flow. So I hope the flow was all right. And again, go to my website, lisahop.com. If listening to this on YouTube, please like, please subscribe, and especially please share. I'm also on Instagram under Spiritual Coach Lisa Hop, Facebook business page under Lisa M. Hop, Spiritual Coach and Medium. And, well, I'm on Spotify too. Just keep listening, please. I appreciate it so very much. I appreciate all of you more than you can know. Thank you. Have a wonderful Sunday, a wonderful week, and I'll talk to you next time.